Welcome to Elephant and Castle. Since 2010, this area has seen major regeneration. Shiny, plush, new buildings have seen overseas money come into the area and a wealthier inhabitants. Many two-bedroom apartments in these buildings sell for more than £1 million. Two-bedroom penthouse in Strata, 1.6 million. Two-bedroom apartment in Elephant Park, 1.034 million. In this video, we are going to show you how you can buy in Zone 1 on a much smaller budget. We're also going to show you what sort of questions you should be asking your agent and the vendor and how to get a good buy. We are at Nursery Row. We're looking at a two-bedroom apartment. We're about 10 minutes walk from Elephant and Castle Tube Station. This property is great for first-time buyers or an investor. What have we got? We've got 758 square feet of internal space, around about double that in external space, and the list price is $525,000. Let's go and take a look.
Here he is.
Hello. Well, this is nice and spacious. You've got some space here for your hats and coats. Yeah, this hallway is great. It's spacious. You've got space here for a little chest of drawers, so you can keep your, I don't even know what's in there, probably shoes. It's probably a shoe rack, somewhere to keep your shoes. You have a cupboard here, another storage cupboard. You don't necessarily need to look in there, but you can put your vacuum cleaner in there and a few other bits and pieces. It's great, always good to have storage in London. Let's go here to the left, look at the kitchen, which is, this is a good sized London kitchen. I'm very impressed with the size. A lot of kitchens in London are too small to have a breakfast table in here, so this is absolutely great. You've got space here to have your table, you've got a lot of space to walk around. The units look like they're in good condition. The worktop is in very good condition. You have a gas hob, and that looks like an electric oven there. I'm just looking at the boiler. I always like to check boilers when I'm buying a property, very important. It looks like a good boiler. It's a Valent. I can see that he's also got a filter on it, so it looks like it's a well-maintained boiler. I'm pleased with that. And yeah, what can I say? This kitchen, you have enough storage there down below. It's a great kitchen. Anything to say, Ollie, on this?
Very bright, a lot of light coming in through the window, and a nice spacious size.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a good. Should we look at the lounge?
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Okay, this lounge, it feels very homely. You've got this nice gas fire, and that's a really nice touch. Again, this is a good space for London. You know, the walls look good. You have window here and a patio door leading onto your garden. You've got a big garden, which we're going to look at in a minute. And I'm just looking at these floors, and they are engineered wood flooring. Another thing that I like about this lounge is the wall, which is real brick. It's not wallpaper. That's actually real brick. I'm not sure why it's there. I don't know if the owner is just like chipped off the plaster, but it looks cool, and it's completely smooth. It doesn't look, it's clean and smooth, and I think it's been lacquered. It feels like it's been lacquered. Let's have a look at the. One other thing that I was going to say about this lounge. If you were an investor and you were buying this and you were thinking of doing it as a HMO, often what investors do in London is they take a 2-bed and they turn it into a 3-bed, so they use the lounge as another bedroom. For this, because the other rooms come off this lounge, you couldn't do it straight away. But what you could easily do is put a partition wall in here, and then this would become another room, and the hallway would just be extended, and then you come down here to the other room. So, and that wouldn't cost you much money at all. And of course, you know, after you could take that partition down again if you were reselling or you were changing the way you wanted to configure it. It wouldn't cost that much at all. Coming into the hallway here, if you just follow me, on the left-hand side is a bathroom. I'll let you go in there, Ollie. The bathroom has tiled floors. It looks fairly new. I like this vanity. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, Ollie. Can you get a shot of this vanity? Vanity looks nice. The tiling in there looks nice. You got a window in here, which is great. We're in London, so not all bathrooms have windows. You got a cupboard here. And just, yeah, maybe just have a look at that. That's where the washing machine is kept. So that is cool. You probably could, if you wanted to, stack a dryer on that, take these shelves out, stack a dryer on that, and then you'd have your washer dryer in there. That's absolutely ideal. Okay, if you follow me, this is the, if you like, the guest room or the smaller room. It's still a decent size. You can get a double bed in here. You've got space here for wardrobe. You look out onto your private garden. So this is cool. These walls, they're white. They look quite clean. They look quite new. So you wouldn't necessarily have to do anything with these. With the interior. Okay, let's move on to the, this is the main bedroom, and this is a great size. I mean, this looks like a king size bed here. You've got a king bed here. You've got a lot of space beside it. You're looking out to the front of the property here. Let me just look out. In fact, if you look out there, if you take a look, I don't know if you can see out there, you're actually looking into your private garden. This is still your private garden there. It kind of comes around the property in an L shape. Yeah, you have a built-in wardrobe on this side, and then you've got ample space behind the door to have more wardrobe, another wardrobe and more clothes. So this is a great bedroom. Let's go and have a look at the outside space now. So if you're, if you've got a small family, let's say you had a child or maybe two, this place is great if you've got to be in central London because you've got all this outdoor space. Come out. I mean, that's a great sized garden. Especially for central London. You don't get anything like this in a flat in central London. It's you could have a swing out there, you could have a slide, you could even have a one of those swimming pools, the big ones. I don't know, not the inflatable ones, but you kind of build them and put it out there. Okay, let's sit down for a sec because I want to go through some stuff. Okay, what I want to do now is I just want to go through some of the pros of buying a flat like this versus buying a new build flat in one of these shiny blocks that we're seeing in the centre of Elephant and Castle. The first one is the price per square foot. The price per square foot of a property like this is going to be much, much less, not quite as much as half, but getting down that way. So you're going to have much more value in a property like this. The other thing is service charge. The service charge on this particular property is £600 per annum, which is very, very cheap. In a newer build property, you're going to be looking at in the thousands. The third pro for property like this is the outdoor space. I mean, you're not going to get this much outdoor space in a new build property. Even if it's a penthouse, I don't think you'd get that much space. The other pro about this property, if you're an investor, is the rental yield. the rental yield on this property is going to be much higher than a new build property. So that's something to think about. Another one is parking. This property has off-street parking. You don't need to pay for it. In many of the new build properties, you will need to pay for your parking as well as an extra. Some questions that I always like to ask vendors and agents before I'm buying a property. The first one that I always ask, my number one question is, why are you moving? I like to find out what is the story of the vendor, what are his time frames, and is he in a chain? Because it's very important to find out, is he a serious vendor, and how motivated is he? Let's say, for example, he's moving on and he's found a property and he's dying to move into it. It means that he's a very, very motivated seller. On the other hand, it could be that he's just trying the market. He's just thinking, well, my property's gone up in value. Let's try the market and see if I can get a good price for it. This kind of vendor isn't so motivated and won't need to move as much as the other type. Other questions I ask are things like what the service charge is, checking the lease. I check that you've got a nice long lease there before you make any commitments. I'd also ask about the neighbours. I can sort of see around here the neighbours look like they're keeping their properties nice. I look at their gardens and they've got nice mowed lawns, so that's something to bear in mind. If you want to know if it's good for families, inquire about that as well. I also like to ask about utility costs, because I like to know how much my bills are going to be and maintenance, how much that's going to cost. And then check things like we said before, the boiler, just to make sure that's in shape. Also, windows are good. This property isn't so relevant, but if it's on an upper floor or it's a house, then always check the roof as well. To make sure you're getting a good price on the property, what you need to do is look at many properties, similar properties, to get a feel for what sort of price you should be paying. Look at the internet, look at what's on the market and how much it's selling for, but also look for sold prices. So you can go on certain websites on the internet, and we can put some links into these sites, and you can find exactly how much the neighbours have sold for, and other properties in the area that are very similar to the one that you're looking to buy. To finish off, I'd like to thank our subscribers. So thank you, Sam, thank you, Ed, and thank you, Nabs. And for everybody else, please subscribe, yes, and hit that like, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Woo! All right, what's up now? What should we do now? Was that better?
Yeah, by far.
What should we?
Better scenery, better everything.
All right. What should we do now? Go and have a lie down?
Yeah. Go home. Look, it's gone cold, grey.
Stop swearing, man, because the swearing I was recording that.